Right, yet another 2 o'clock kickoff. You guys are going to be spoiled for choice here. The next one I'm going to do is Southampton at home to Watford. It's a home fixture for Southampton. Southampton have been a very strange side. I do like the way they play football, but they do pick their games. I think they step it up for the bigger opposition because their notable performances I can see from them was against Man City and against Tottenham as well. You know, they were very resolute against Spurs at home with 10 men, and then they went to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and beat them quite convincingly 3-2. So Southampton have got it in them. Southampton are a club that keep training players. You know, they'll always be like, right, if they can build on this, then the player will go. So, you know, they've had people like Lallana leave. You've had Wanyama's, Schneiderlin's, you know, Ricky Lambert, all these guys that if you built on them, it was going to be a great team. Alderweireld, Nathaniel Klein, Luke Shaw, Gareth Bale, the list goes endless. So I think at the minute they've got a team and the nucleus and a coach that I think is good. It just needs a bit more resource. But again, for them to get the resource, it's like you look at Southampton and think, right, they're going to end up, you know, could they get rid of a Ward-Prowse and then bring in another, you know, young pretender that's going to take a few years to do it and then get rid of him? It just becomes an ongoing cycle for Southampton. But in the round, I do like watching them as a football team. They're decent at home. They've lost the last 2 games, although, because they lost last night to Newcastle, and I can't remember the game they lost to before, but I know they've lost 2 in the spin. So they'll be looking at it thinking, you know, we need to win this game to get back on form. And for me, it's banker of the weekend. I think Southampton will quite easily beat Watford. You know, Watford are another team that there was little spells where you thought, maybe, just maybe, you know, similar to Norwich, but it wasn't to be. You know, they drew against Man United, who, even though they're on bad form, they got a draw there. They played reasonably well against Arsenal, but you felt that if Arsenal took it up to another gear, they could have scored, you know, 4, 5, 6 in that game, and you know, the 3-2 result in that game didn't really, you know, signify what was actually happening in that game because Arsenal were pretty much all over them. So they brought in Roy Hodgson, who I think was a good appointment, but it was, for me, it was 5 games too late, you know, and you wouldn't be surprised if Roy Hodgson after 3 games gets sacked the way Watford operate. But I think this is a banker here. I think it's 2-0 at least. I'm going to stick my hat on the 2-0, and Che Adams will be somebody that scores in this game. You know, he hasn't got as many goals as he did last season, but these are the type of games where when Southampton take the lead, you'd like to think there's going to be Che Adams that scores a goal. Adam Armstrong's somebody that probably needs a goal as well. I'm not sure whether he's been in the lineup so much. I didn't watch the game last night. But I think Southampton, regardless of what lineup they put out, they win this game 2-0 and pretty much confirm what everybody's been thinking for the last sort of 5-6 weeks, that Watford will be back in the Championship.